But we're joined by head coach Tom Collen now after this ball game. Again, a 10-point Arkansas loss to Kentucky. Coach, it's a tough place to play. We saw it when Kentucky went on that run. Razorbacks, maybe shied away from it a little bit. It's tough to kind of get into rhythm when that kind of thing goes on, isn't it?
Well, the way that they play, the way they talk about playing, and the way they've had the most success in the past was the way they played in the second half. And it was two completely different styles. When they played Alabama the other day, they played zone the whole time. When they played us in the first half, they played zone the whole time. They never created any rhythm. They let us stay around. We executed pretty well, made some shots, defended pretty well. And then in the second half, and we told the kids in the locker room at the half, I said, they're just not going to keep playing that way. They're going to come out. They're going to switch to man-to-man. They're going to pressure you. They're going to get all over you. So now that's what we've practiced for all week. So now we've got to execute it. And the bottom line is they take you out of offense. They've taken every team in this league out of offense when they play their pressure man. And they make you make plays. And, we made some plays, but we didn't make enough plays. We had some charges, some turnovers, some missed shots. And, against them, when you get those opportunities, you gotta make them.
When Kentucky went on that big run, what was the difference? Why were the Wildcats able to finally have success against your pressure for once?
Well, we came out in the second half and dabbled with man-to-man a little bit against them. I don't know whether that got them going or not. Certainly, they put us in a situation where they got to some one-on-ones and maybe a little bit more dribble penetration. That got them going. But really, it was their defense that got them going. It was they pressure you into dribble penetration, take a charge, the crowd roars. They get a steal, turnover, they convert it into a layup at the other end, the crowd roars, they start playing harder, they get energized. It was really still all about their defense. I think that was the most frustrating thing for us.
Why switch away from the 2-3 zone in the second half?
Well, I just think we mixed it in a little bit. I couldn't tell you with that. I've got complete faith in Nikki in terms of what she did. Once again, I don't think that was what caused the problem. I think what caused the problem was more their pressure on us than anything else.
Jess Jackson again with another great game, talking about some highlights for your team coming out of this, because there are many. Jess has 20-plus points over her last 3 games. Why is she having so much more success, or what is different about her out there?
Well, I think she's just really becoming comfortable with her role. She knows that she's allowed to take shots, and she hasn't really taken a lot of bad shots, so I don't really restrict her much. She certainly is that big kid that can get to the 3 pretty easily. Most big kids don't defend the 3-point line very well. So she's always going to have that at her disposal. But she's getting better at driving the ball to the basket and doing some things like that. So she's just an outstanding player. We probably didn't get her as many shots, and she didn't shoot it quite as well in the second half. But she got knocked around in there a little bit too. Bumped her head, smashed her nose. The good thing that I see out of that is that she's getting a little bit tougher. She gets back up and wants back in. She gets up, steps up to the free throw line, makes free throws. And really that's the last thing for her. And I just think that's a real promising thing to see, that she's getting more physical.
Last thing for you, Coach. Arkansas, 7 games into the SEC season now. How do you assess where the team is based on what you thought might happen here in the conference?
Well, we're not where we want to be, all the coaches in the league picked us 12th, I think. So maybe that's the direction that we're heading. It's an awfully tough league. It's a tough league to get wins. I think we could have a couple more wins than we had. If you were to sit here and say, gosh, we're good enough, we should go in and beat Kentucky at Kentucky or beat Tennessee at Tennessee, I don't know whether that's a fair way to assess us. But I can tell you this, I think we've went out and we've battled in every single game. Every single game was close enough, somewhat near the end of the game, that we could have won. But we got to find a way to win those games. And, you find a way to win a couple more of those, and you're not in the driver's seat, but you're in the hunt. And for us to be able to stay in the hunt, we're going to have to find a way to go in Tennessee and do the same thing there.
Well, still 9 more left. Looking forward to talking to you in Knoxville on Thursday.
All right,
that's head coach Tom Collen here after Arkansas falls to number 9 Kentucky. 68-58 is the final.